Hello guys, my name is Nidal Al Jabi. Today we're going to be talking about how you can start your career in cybersecurity. By definition, cybersecurity is the practice of protecting data and networks from damages and theft. And as technology progresses, so do the threats. So if we look at the current landscape, there's always advancements in technologies and digital transformations. And whenever that happens, the threats then become more complicated to combat as well. So more advanced technology also equals more complicated threats, unfortunately. So according to Cybercrime Ventures, cybercrime, do you guys have any guesses of how much cybercrime has cost the world in 2024? Just throw a random number out there. 200 million?
2 billion.
2 billion. Billions, okay. Well, in 2024 alone, according to Cybercrime Ventures, cybercrime has cost the world $9.5 trillion. And in 2025, it's projected to cost us $10.5 trillion. So that's, just to put things into perspective here, that's more than of South America, the Middle East, Africa, New Zealand, and Australia combined. So it's a very massive issue, and that's why there's an urgent need for cybersecurity professionals to fill up these roles. So we're going to talk about the different roles as well and different sectors within cybersecurity that you can get into. And we're going to focus a bit more on white hat hacking. So for the first one, incident responders, as you can see, are always on the front lines. They're always ready to investigate and essentially mitigate the risks and try to contain the crisis when it happens. A pen tester, also known as a white hat hacker or a penetration tester, essentially simulates cyber attacks on a company's network, for example, to identify the different vulnerabilities and then inform the organization of these vulnerabilities for them to fix before a hacker exploits these issues. CISO, also known as Chief Information Security Officer, is responsible for an organization's overall security posture to make sure that the organization is amongst, let's say, the leaders within their field in terms of security infrastructure. And then we have security engineer, design and implement security solutions. Analysts mainly just monitor the network for any breaches. The consultant works mainly to assess the current risks, but also then advise them on certain implementations that they need to add to improve their infrastructure. And then the architect is someone who basically creates the structure of the organization's entire network infrastructure. And I've added skills as well for each one that would be very useful in making sure that you can progress in this role. So we're going to talk about the three main reasons why white hat hacking is important. So the first, of course, as we know, is protecting data, right? So organizations, they need to keep their data, their information very secure, especially industries like banking, for example. And the second is, of course, regulatory compliance. So what white hat hackers would do would help your company essentially make sure that you're meeting the benchmark of security and make sure that your company is within, let's say, the minimum standard of being secure for you to operate as well. And these are examples of some of the security regulations, the GDPR, the HIPAA as well. And the third and most important reason, in my opinion, would be building trust. So, of course, having a very rigid and robust network infrastructure builds trust, not just with your clients, but your other stakeholders as well. And we've seen an example actually here in the region. I'm not going to say exact names of the companies to avoid getting in trouble, but we're going to use example A as Bank A and Bank B, where essentially Bank A suffered a security breach where their users lost their money to fraud transactions. And that led to all the clients at Bank A finding other alternatives, in this case Bank B, to transfer their money in their accounts. So hopefully Bank B would be your guys' company or organization, and that would indirectly obviously lead to an increase in revenue, because once your place is very firm in the industry as a secure company, then you're more likely to be seen as a safer alternative for other people. Here's a few steps or practical steps to becoming a white hat hacker. Of course, the first is formal education, which is university degrees, certifications, diplomas. The second one, again, certifications, the CEH, which is Certified Ethical Hacker, or CompTIA Security Plus, and OSCP. Technical skills are, of course, also important since it's a very technical field. Learning the programming languages, the relevant ones, being familiar with the different operating systems, Windows and Linux, for example. And then soft skills as well go hand in hand with the technical skills. Problem solving, critical thinking, and communication. Because regardless of how many programming languages you might know or how much technical skills that you have, if you don't have the soft skills to sort of learn how to apply it, then there's really no use. And then if we look at hands-on practice as well, there's plenty of hacking competitions out there. I'd say Positive Technologies International standoff games as well is one of the most well-known ones that you guys should definitely look into. It's very practical and helps you practice your hacking in a realistic, let's say, manner. And then internships, of course, and the Positive Technologies Hack Camp. Internships, of course, give you a more real-world perspective on how you can combat security threats by getting an idea of, in the actual office place, how do you combat threats, as opposed to doing a course online, for example. And the PT Hack Camp, I was actually had the privilege to be a part of in August. It was a 2-week boot camp, essentially, where we learned about all the fundamentals of cybersecurity and ethical hacking, and that allowed me to form a basis for cybersecurity and understand the field better for me to get into, essentially. So another important reason, network, obviously. It's crucial to have a very good network. It's crucial to speak to as many people as you can, because regardless of how skilled you may be, if you don't know enough people, then you may not be able to apply these skills, and you may not be able to find someone that you can help as well. So to conclude, stay up to date as much as you can. There's always new advancements happening. There's always new technologies coming out, especially in cybersecurity. It's a very rapid, fast-moving environment, very fast-moving space, essentially. So it's important to keep learning, keep getting new certifications, because in a short period of time, it could be outdated. And start today as soon as you can. Try to help people. And it's a very fulfilling industry, obviously, to be a part of as well, because you're not just helping organizations, you're helping individuals as well protect their money and their data. And yeah. So thank you, guys. That's it. Thank you.